This is Dwarf playing games or rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I'm currently searching for various pieces of The Witcher gear, and that'll probably take me a bit. I think it's a golem. Pretty low level though. As per instructions of our supervisor, Irenaeus von Steingard, we have conducted a series of studies on the genotype of the creatures, commonly known as drowners. Sadly, administering a poison made out of fugu fish induced a coma in all of the specimens in the study. After 24 hours, the vital functions ceased, prohibiting us from continuing. Mysterious recipe. Dear Pascal and Timo, I've got a bit of time between the treatments I have to administer these stinking drowners, so as promised, I'm writing you a recipe for my famous spiced chicken and pie pumpkin stew. Pumpkin, chicken thighs, or alternatively chicken breast, mixed of exotic spices, milk of Cocos nucifera, hard to get, but there's a ship from Opiekenberg & Sons, import company that arrives in Novigrad port from first Wednesday every month, and those guys sell everything, striped horse included. A reminder of the list is illegible. I'm sure you'll figure out the process on your own. Good luck. Mr. MT, you owe me now. Invoice for a golem, issued by Yehuda Love, a purchaser, Irenaeus von Steingard, Guardian Golem, Clay, Porcelain. In the event of damage of the ceramic, please report immediately to the nearest branch of the Yehuda Love and Apprentice. The golem can be serviced only by qualified company personnel.
Nie ma dobra, nie ma zła. Jest tylko ból. To jest
Zatańczmy.
Kill. Who is that? Oh, it's someone who knows Witcher signs and possibly also Witcher style of fighting, judging by the way he moves.
Nie ma dobra, nie ma zła. Jest tylko ból.
Walczyłeś kiedyś z Wiedźminem?
Laboratory notebook. Luckily, the teleport deposited us directly in my laboratory. It's good to be home. I had grown sick to the gills of that leaky tub. I hoped that the storm I summoned smashed it into those craggy rocks off of the grassy knoll shore. The experiments which my students conducted on the drowners in my absence did not yield the expected results. As usual, I must do everything myself. I will administer a brew of medicinal opium to the subject. This milk of the poppy will keep the Witcher in a state of half-consciousness and thus incapable of any resistance. Commencing studies, I must hold off on my planned experiments. While I clear up the demolished portion of my laboratory, I have set the bones of the forearm of one of my assistants. I will now administer a quadruple dose of the milk of the poppy to the Witcher. The subject shows incredible resistance to physical torture, only broke after the second day of intense labor. Moderately satisfactory results from the interrogation, gathered information about the Witcher training and the Cat School of Witchers in general. As I suspected, Cat School Witchers are for the most part of elven stock. The school must have some tie to the elder races. Perhaps its founder was a member of the Enseed? Subject unfit for further study, I have discontinued his doses of the poppy. Administered extract of cowbane and hemlock. In typical representatives of the human and seed species, such a mixture provokes paralysis of the peripheral nervous system, and eventually of the nerve endings as well. The result is muscular, skeletal, pulmonary and cardiac paralysis, and ultimately death through suffocation. The Witcher is not, however, a typical representative of any species, though the poison did seem to cause some mild irritation in his nervous system. His mutated body quickly managed to neutralize the harmful alkaloids. In a matter of hours, all of his symptoms have vanished. Stinging him with the sea wasp toxin did not provoke the expected results. In order to strengthen the toxin's effect, I have poured methyl alcohol into his wounds. His nervous system seems to be immune. The subject has been tortured, poisoned, burned, frozen, starved and dehydrated, and despite it all, his body continues to function. He eats and drinks by himself, moves about his cell on his own, and is able to articulate simple words. Please, drink, don't hurt, stop. Conclusion. As I suspected, the Witcher is a superb energumen, a demon trapped in such an excellent prepared body will become death incarnate, vengeful wrath made flesh, and placed at my command. No one has succeeded in creating a being of such power since the times of Malzipin and Alzur. This is a great day for science. Time to begin the incantations. Okay, so apparently it was a demon in a witcher's body, but what was also interesting about that was it mentioned that there are elven witchers, which is something that has been sort of thoroughly discussed in the fandom, whether other races than humans can become witchers. Obviously, the games are non-canon, but it seems that within the canon of the games, at least, it is possible. Monumenta el Forum, to my beloved Y, I still await your kestrel, Istred, of Ed Gwynel. Let us begin, the reader, with a riddle. What links the towns of Vizima, the proud capital of Temeria, or Oxenford, the center of learning of all the north, with Edginvel, a provincial settlement at the end of the known world? Nothing, it would seem. After all, each of those places looks, sounds, and even smells different. Their origins, however, are identical. All were founded atop ancient elven cities. The ruins sprawling beneath their streets bear witness to that fact. A tour of the elven monuments is best begun in Vizima, in the city sewers to be precise. A dangerous place to be sure, so it is worth bringing along a well-armed guard. A branch of the sewers leads to the remains of the Enseed city. One can still admire its masterfully crafted plafons, peer into its immaculately polished marble facings, find artifacts discarded by the elder race, and hold ancient tomes that disintegrate in one's hands. Equally impressive monuments of the elven culture can be found only in Oxenfurt, as well as somewhere in the wilds of Velen, though I have been unable to verify this information personally. What caused the elven civilization to collapse? Plague? Cataclysm? No, dear reader. The destruction was caused by us, humans. We drove the elves from their cities, and instead of occupying those marvelous palaces, we dismantled them to build our own meager crooked huts. All that remains is that we have covered in debris and sludge, and then wiped from our memories for centuries. Okay, so I need to find the wreckage of the ship. That was mentioned in one of the journals. Kiel has enlisted with the Flying Stag as a guard of sorts. A hefty sack of nothing but crowns convinced the captain to lodge me in his cabin. All is going according to plan. I am actually finding this expedition amusing. I'm glad I didn't contract the kidnapping out of some bulgy armed half-wit. I'll do it much more gracefully myself. He's cautious. I won't be able to put him down with a casually placed poisoned apple. Guess I'll have to zonk him out with a spell and whisk him away via teleport. I just hope it won't plop us somewhere in the middle of the temple aisle, instead of my quarters below it. The power pulsating from my laboratory tends to throw off a good portion of my attempts to teleport home. Very high resistance to psionic spells. Time needed for a full penetration of his nervous system, a half hour at least. A few more moments and the Witcher will be ready for transport. Now I just need to wipe out tracks. Perhaps a little change in the weather? While waiting for a more favorable atmospheric condition, I have looked through his things, some very interesting documents. a map of Estayar, crafting diagrams of elven provenance, margin note, highly interesting sketch for a 100 crossbow, most likely used to hunt draconids or ornithosaurs. I was asked about this during the interrogation, confirms my theory that the Witchers of the Catskill use elven weapons, and wait for it, Professor Sigismund Glogger's notes. It's clear that the Witcher had something to do with the famous professor's disappearance. I think I might have overdone it a bit with those Chromolonibe? That's a type of that's a type of cloud, right? No point in tarrying, time to evaluate. Professor Sigmund Glogger's notes. Excavations to be carried out by Gottfried Oz, Michelle Sabina Roxer, and Marco Gerl under the supervision of Professor Sigmund Glogger. We have begun the excavation work under the aegis of the Oxenford Academy and with the kind sponsorship from the Prince Adrian of the Sea Cats. Our goal is to find the legendary treasure of King Maegor of Estayar. I am deeply worried about the Witcher present among our company. I had a bad feeling about him from the very start, during the first meeting at the Castle Drahim. Now, as we trek through the underground caverns, his presence gives me shivers. Are we entirely sure his task is to protect our expedition? Furthermore, Castle Drahim is too close to Oxenford for us not to have heard those unsettling rumors about Prince Adrian. Kayan demanded we surrendered all of the notes found in the ruins of the Elven Armory. I refused. We pitched camp in a vast and dry cavern in the easterly portion of the complex. There are a few active portals here. I am afraid they are very likely unstable and undirectional. The Witcher murdered Marco. He was deciphering one of the priceless Elven sketches when suddenly, as I watched on aghast, the Witcher slit his throat and grabbed his incunabulum? I know not what that is. I panicked and jumped into one of the portals. It deposited me in some chamber which has no exit. Unless an echo of the portal appears, I'm stuck here for good. I hope Michelle and Gottfried manage to escape. The remainder of the notes are difficult to decipher and no dates are indicated. I must conclude that the Witcher had from the very start been operating on Prince Adrian's orders. I would not be surprised if they were toasting their scheme's success at Drahim Castle at this very moment. Blasted, perhaps I should have given these elven diagrams to Kian after all. What goods are they to me if I am to rot in this crypt? I have finished the very last drops of my water. There is nothing to eat. No echo from the portal here. This should be somehow dissolvable, right? Like as an illusion or something? I seem to be kind of... It definitely feels to me that there should be a way to go deeper. Maybe I can talk to the ghost of this guy? So this seems to indicate something, but I don't know what it is. I'll keep that location in mind, or at least I'll try. And maybe I'll be back later. Prince Adrian's journal. Kian performed wonderfully. It's a shame, of course, that Professor Glogger disappeared somewhere in the ruins of STR, along with the rest of the Elven diagrams, but those sketches for a steel sword alone are worth as much as a village in southern Redania. We split the takings equally. As per our agreement, I kept the diagram for the silver sword, while Kian took the crossbow diagram. I must admit, I didn't exactly need every member of the expedition's head preserved in vinegar, but they do constitute an impressive proof of Kian's conscientiousness and professionalism. The Witcher swore none of the archaeologists would leave SIR alive, and none did. All the more shame, then, that Kian didn't accept my offer. As my personal bodyguard, he would have never wanted for a thing. Steady pay, caviar and strawberries for breakfast, lobster for lunch, daily baths, a court surgeon and courtesans of both sexes for all of his needs, and if he still lacked for anything, he had but to knock on my chamber door. He must very much love all that trudging around the world, because I do not believe Jacob of Dembridge would have dangled a better offer than I did. Really now, Jacob of Dembridge, a second-rate captain transporting whores to the dockside Novigrad pimps for a fistful of crowns. With any luck, sooner or later, the storm will sink that leaky tub of his, and Kian will return to me, tail between his legs. Scrubbed waxing blade of Devil's Puffball. contortations. Ink visibly fresher than the previous entries, many years must have passed. I have heard that the Flying Deer, the vessel on which Kian was sailing, wrecked off of the coast of Grassy Knoll. Was it my curse? Not bad for a beginner. Perhaps I should think about enrolling in that up by 1 hour. Okay, I guess I was here before. So, what else do I have to find in this region? Novigrad.
Warto się tu rozejrzeć.
Maybe there's going to be a waypoint there. It looks like at least like a ruined village of some sort, if not an active one.
Kiedy nas jest 3, a was 4. Tak się nie godzi.
Nam się więcej należy, bo to myśmy się wywiedzieli, że stary nas schowek za wygódką. Ale my...
Dużo się nakradliście?
Widzisz tu jakiegoś potwora? Nie? To idź stąd, wiedźmina nam nie trzeba.
Widzę, nawet kilka potworów.
Gdzie?
Drzemił, no słowo daję. Głupszy jesteś niż połeć słoniny. On nas ma na myśli.
Myśmy są zwyczajne ludzie. To ty jesteś mutant, przybłęda parchata. Dalej, chłopy, na niego!
Nigdy się nie nauczysz.
To be honest, at face value, I just murdered a bunch of people for no good reason whatsoever. Because I didn't have like an exact amount of proof that they have stolen something or anything like that.
Witaj. Pożyczasz czy kupujesz?
Pokaż. Bywaj.
A nie zanosiło się.
Tego lada, ma tak obyczaju.
O! Znajdź kogoś twojego wzrostu!
Ej, uważaj! Ze strachu taki blady jesteś?
Coś taki skwaszony.
Just in random height. I don't even remember from where do I know that.
Zachowuj się, przybłędo. Tu Nowigrad, nie twoja wichura.
Rusz się. Ani kroku bliżej, bo zresztą trupów się położą. No to masz przejebane. Skurwysyna! Jest na!
quests, and I thought this guy was alive. He's already dead, so... They're just some bandits that wanted to kill me.
Nieźle. Warto się tu rozejrzeć.
I have a couple more maps for the Witcher gear, so I'll read them right now and then hunt those pieces down. Beautiful. Professor Slavko Almstein will be furious. I lost the first map in a game of Gwent, and then the second one was stolen from me while I was slightly indisposed after a hard night in a casino. I cannot arrive empty-handed at the station near the tomb under the Crookback Hills, or the professor will vivisect me on the spot. The 4 new locations I have marked on this map might be enough to protect me from his wrath. Edwin Grelov, Adjunct in Natural History at Oxenford Academy. The writing on the map is smeared with dried blood, cannot be read. Map ain't worth shit. Only thing I found were some griffin symbols scratched on the walls. Can see why we're not going to get anything worth near enough to pay back the debts that the dandy doctor racked up with us. Good thing he's worm food now, but maybe it would be worthwhile to loot the tomb under the Crookback Hills. I doubt our doctor friend would have wasted his time just running around looking for primitive drawings. There's gotta be some treasure about. Elgar hid improvements of the School of the Wolf gear in various corners of the world, so that witchers could make use of them on the path. Some he hid in the Elven ruins in a sunken ship in the south of Velen, others he put in a hideout to the south of Oxenford. For safekeeping, Elgar hid his improvement to the School of the Wolves equipment in multiple locations. One set he hid in an underwater cave beneath a castle in central Velen, another he left in a cave to the south of Oxenford, while a third he placed in the Elven ruins, found on a small isle in the southern Velen. Okay, those have nothing to do with the Witcher gear, so I'll read them some other time. For now, let's just hunt down the Witcher gear. Skermoren, Skellige, Velen, okay.
Jedziemy!
Warto się tu rozejrzeć. Warto się tu rozejrzeć.
Okay, so I think I'm finally ready to conclude the main quest in Novigrad.
Bzyk!
Chodzą.
Szef się umie zabawić. Kwiczą jak zażynane świnie.
Sam bym się chętnie tak zabawił.
A ty tu czego?
Gdzie skurwiel junior?
Widziałeś go? Twardziel. Ja cię znam, skurwysynu. Widziałem, jak zabiłeś Olgierda i Wika.
Rzeczywiście mogliśmy się spotkać. Olgierd i Wik, tak się nazywali? Przekaż im pozdrowienia.
Flaki ci Huzia! Zabić go! Za śmierć! Zdychaj! Już się zestrałeś? Huzia! Ty psi synu! Klątwy, kurwa! Końcie w koło! Otóż!
skurwysyn. Jeśli tknął Ciri, nie daruję mu tego. Została przybita.
I suddenly feel a lot less bad about just slaughtering them. This guy is clearly an unhinged murderer.
Co jest do chuja wafla? Ja pierdolę! Do mnie, kurwa!
Nikt tu nie przyjdzie.
Przestań! Czego chcesz?
Well, I will kill you, but first let's talk.
Witaj, Junior. Przyszedłem pogadać.
Zrobię wszystko, co chcesz.
Na początek zadam kilka pytań.
Wszystko powiem.
Szukam pewnej dziewczyny i trubadura. Wiem, że się z nimi widziałeś.
Dziewczyna? Jaka kurwa...
Miała szare włosy i miecz na plecach, jak ja.
Tak, była taka, pamiętam.
Teraz skup się i mów prawdę. Wiesz, dlaczego nie możesz mnie okłamać.
Nie będę kłamał.
Przeszedłem bardzo długą drogę, żeby cię znaleźć. Jestem bardzo zły i zmęczony. Musiałem zabić bardzo wielu ludzi w mieście. Część z tych ludzi próbowała mnie oszukać. Nie podobało mi się to. Czuję, że jeszcze jedno kłamstwo przelałoby czarę goryczy. Byłbym jeszcze bardziej zły. I zrobiłbym coś, czego bym później żałował. Wiesz już, dlaczego nie możesz skłamać?
Tak.
To dobrze. Interesuje mnie, w jaki sposób szarowłosa dziewczyna trafiła do ciebie i co się z nią stało.
Co się z nią stało? To ona na mnie napadła.
Jeszcze raz skłamiesz i utnę ci jaja.
Umowa była taka, że ja im naprawiam magiczne fira coś tam, a dziewuszka i fircyk przynoszą mi skarb z Zigiego Roywena. Nie przynieśli, no to trochę się wkurzyłem, przyznaję.
I co zrobiłeś?
Złapałem tego ich przydupasa Dodo i czekałem, aż po niego przyjdą. Zobacz, o, to chcieli zreperować.
Filakterium? Jak niby miałby się naprawić?
Nie ja, ale znam tu różnych ludzi.
Kręcisz, Junior. Ja oczekuję konkretów.
Opowiem ci wszystko po kolei.
Mam złe przeczucia.
Spokojnie, Jaskier. Przecież nie zostawimy Dudu w rękach skurwiela Juniora.
Wiem, ale moje przeczucie jest głuche na racjonalne argumenty i nie daje się zagłuszyć sentymentami.
Na pewno nam się uda. Głowa do góry.
Słynne ostatnie słowa.
Dowiedziałeś się, gdzie dokładnie skurwiel Junior przetrzymuje Dudu?
W pokoju na ostatnim piętrze, tym z balkonem.
Przejdę po dachach. Ty czekaj na mnie przed domem skurwiela. Wiem, że to dla ciebie trudne, ale staraj się nie rzucać w oczy.
Jeśli zrobią ci krzywdę, ja nie daruję tego skurwielowi.
Muszę wleźć na dół. Pokój na ostatnim piętrze z balkonem. Jest balkon. Zobaczmy, co w środku.
A teraz, mój przyjacielu Dodo, zamierzam zmienić narzędzie. To już mi się znudziło.
Jesteś pierdolonym świrem, Junior. Mówił ci to ktoś?
Dużo zyskuję przy bliższym poznaniu.
Lubisz poznawać nowych ludzi?
Zamierzasz mnie komuś przedstawić? O, jesteś. To miło. Albowiem czekałem na ciebie. Na kolana, Ciro! Gdzie skarb Rivena?
I don't remember she could do that.
Wypatroszę cię, kurę.
Oko za oko!
Idą.
Dudu, słuchaj. Zrobimy to tak.
Zapierdolcie dziwkę! Vis-a-vis! Trzymajcie się kupie! Końcie sukę!
Don't remember how to properly use this? Like hold Q and then what? Maybe I should have read that tilted. Instead of pretending I did. Yeah, that's pretty embarrassing to literally be the most powerful creature in the entire universe and get killed by a bunch of nobodies in a flashback, no less.
Vis-a-vis! Trzymajcie się w kupie! Końcie sukę!
Okay, so she kind of does that on her own then, if you hold it. Like she teleports between different people and attacks, I think. Although it sometimes happens and sometimes it doesn't, so I'm not entirely sure how it works.
nieprawdę.
A Dudu? Co się z nim stało?
Nie wiem, kurwa. Zniknął. Jak kamień w wodę.
Co się potem stało z dziewczyną?
Chuj ją wie. Któryś z chłopaków zranił ją w plecy, ale ona żyje, przysięgam.
Masz jeszcze coś do powiedzenia?
Powiedziałem ci wszystko, co wiem. Wszystko.
Skrzywdziłeś dziewczynę, której szukam i torturowałeś jej przyjaciela.
Napadła na mnie. Musiałem się bronić. Ja pierdolę. Błagam cię. Ja już dostałem za swoje, oszczędź, proszę.
No, I am going to kill you because, to be honest, you're an unhinged lunatic with a penchant for murdering people. I think removing this guy from the gene pool permanently is going to be a net benefit to society.
Powiem ci, jak się sprawy mają. Szukam tej dziewczyny. Jest dla mnie jak córka. Po prostu nie mogę puścić tego płazem.
Nie!
Like, look, even during the current bout of, whatever he was doing, he killed, like, at least, what? That's 5, at least 6 people? Oh, a race. I'm not quite sure. Okay, there's a bunch of things happening. Balton Dubis's notes: advice to my fellow tradesmen, never take on a phylactery repair job, unless, that is, you don't mind sleepless nights. Don't be fooled by the infernal contraption's uncomplicated appearance. I've been struggling with this blasted phylactery for 2 weeks now. I have used every tool I own, every trick I have ever learned, and I am no pink-cheeked novice either. Having practiced this trade for a good 30 years, I will next try applying a concentration of chestnut, but I have little hope it will do anything. Oh great, it's this thing again.
Skoro już załatwiłeś swoje sprawy, czas się odwdzięczyć.
Radowid nie lubi czekać, co?
Nie lubi. Pójdziesz z nami. Okręt jego królewskiej mości Oxenfurt-Tretogor. Perła redańskiej floty. Dzisiaj...
Okay, the game actually crashed, which, to be honest, I am kind of perplexed by how badly this game runs. Like, it has been, long years since this was released. And to be honest, I remember it running better when I first played it rather than now. It's almost as if they've added bugs with the patches. But this episode has been long enough, so I'm going to save here and end it for now. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!